Yeah. So, dear participant, once again, good afternoon to all, and I welcome you all in the third day afternoon first session. And we are very happy today. We have a very senior professor, Professor H. Malsawmi, the senior professor in Department of Education. And today, Madam is going to deliver. Madam, I have very rich academic and administrative experience. Just Madam finished his headship as a head of department, and always very active, active and cooperative to the HRDC, to running different program. Almost every HRDC program we invite Madam, and Madam is very kind to accept our invitation and help us to smooth functioning of the different program. So, Madam, you are from our own faculty, Mizoram University. So, with this small introduction, I welcome you. And without much delay, I handing over the session to you for your presentation, Madam.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Manoj Kumar. Today, my topic is on emotional intelligence of teachers. Okay, so first of all, let me share my screen.
So it is visible, Madam. Your screen is visible now, presentation mode.
Yeah, is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible, Madam.
Okay. So, is it moving? Can you all see what is there?
Yeah, Madam, it is moving.
Okay.
It is
Thank
moving.
you.
Only one line is there. I think next interview it will come next.
Yeah, okay. So let me read it out and then I'll explain it at the same time. Okay. Yesterday's education system cannot satisfy the present needs, even less our tomorrow's needs. Now, this means that the education system that we used to have in the past does not satisfy our present needs. So, if it does not satisfy our present need, how will it satisfy our tomorrow's need? Okay, so in order to meet the present needs, the education of the youth should be changed from the world of school to the world of work. That means our education system should be more job oriented. Now, persons with high intellect cannot always be successful. That means, though there may be people who are very, very intelligent, and these people are not always successful in their life. Rather, those persons who are just mediocre, who are not very intelligent, but who are just mediocre, may be more successful in life rather than the more intelligent one. Of course, I'm not saying that the intelligent one are not successful, but there are times when even the less intelligent people are more successful than the more intelligent people. So that is why we are saying that persons with high intellect cannot always be successful in life. Now, people are trying to find out the causes of success and failure. There are so many people who are trying to find out what is the cause of success and what is the cause of failure. There are some people who are very successful in life. There are some people who are not successful in life, even if they are very intelligent. What can be the causes? So many people are trying to find out the causes of successes and failure. Now, while trying to find out the causes of success and failure, these three people, John Mayer, Peter Salovey, and Daniel Goleman, they came up with a new concept, which is known as emotional intelligence. Now, findings have identified emotional intelligence as the single most important factor predicting success and happiness. That means research findings. People have been doing research, and while doing research, they have found out that there are different factors that makes a person successful in life, but amongst all those different factors, they have found out that emotional intelligence is one of the most important factor that makes a person successful in life. Like take for example, we can say that in order to be successful in life, a person has to be creative. He has to have positive attitude. Some people may say if we want to be successful, we need to have money. Some people say no, if we want to be successful, we need to have good work habit. Some people will say we need education to be successful. We need endurance. We need skill. Okay. Or some people may say we need industriousness. A person has to be persistent. He has to persevere. Okay. So there are so many factors that makes a person successful in life. So amongst all those factors, research findings have found out that emotional intelligence is one of the most important factor that may predict a person's success and failure, or a person's success and happiness in life. Now, I hope all of us are teachers. Maybe some of us are teaching in universities, some of us may be teaching in colleges. Now, as a teacher, one of the main objective, very important objective of teachers is we want our students to be successful. Okay, so we educate our students with one main objective, that is we want them to be successful. Now, if emotional intelligence is so important, if it is considered very important for success, then why don't we start teaching the components of emotional intelligence to our students so that they will also be successful? Okay, this is one question. And according to Karen Stone, she says that emotions are our responses to the world around us. What is emotion? Emotion is just the way we respond to the world around us. That means this is how she has defined emotional intelligence. Okay, it is the way we respond to the world around us. That means, take for example, if we are happy, we clap our hands. Okay, if we are happy, we clap our hands. So clapping hands is the way we respond to the world. Okay, the way we respond to the world, showing that we are happy. Now, when we are sad, we cry. Crying is also the way we show our response to the world. Okay, when we are angry, we scold, we shout, we scold people. So scolding is also another way in which we can respond to the world. So Karen Stone says emotion is nothing. It is just the way we respond to the world. Clapping hands, crying, scolding. Okay, all these are our emotion. Okay. So these, she says that these emotions are actually created by us. We create our own emotion. Like, take for example, if we are faced with a situation, like take for example, supposing our boss, maybe the principal of the college, or maybe the vice chancellor, or someone who is the boss in where we are working. Okay, supposing our boss annoys us, then many of us, although he annoys us, he makes us angry, he makes me angry, but because he's my boss, I don't want to show my anger in front of him. So when he annoys me, I will just say, yes, sir, yeah, you're correct, you're right. Okay, I might say that. Although I may be inside, I may be very angry, but I don't want to show my anger because he's my boss. But if someone who is subordinate to us, who is lower to us, if they make us angry, okay, then what do? We do not hesitate to scold them. Okay, so there are times when we wanted to get angry, we show anger, but there are times when we do not want to show anger. That means our anger, the way we show our anger, this is also controlled by us. So in other words, we can say emotions are created by us. We create our own emotion. If our boss annoys us, we do not get angry. If someone who is subordinate to us annoys us, we tend to get angry. We started scolding them. So we choose our emotion. Okay. When we choose our emotion, it means we create our own emotion. Okay. So if we create our own emotion, it means we are responsible for our emotion. We are accountable for our own emotion. Okay. So that is why uh, Karen Stone, she says, emotions are our responses to the world around us, and this emotion is created by us, by our thoughts, by our feelings, and by our action. Okay. Now, what is most important is for each of us to learn that we create our own emotion. Our responses are shaped by our thoughts, by what we tell ourselves, so we become accountable for our own emotion. Okay. Now, what is emotion? Uh, Emotion, a feeling is the response part of emotion, and emotion is an umbrella term. That means when we say emotion, it is a very broad term. Inside that, under emotion, we have feeling. Okay, feeling is just the response part of the emotion. Okay, now humans are not only motivated by reason and intelligence, but are also subject to passion, desires, and a range of other feelings which can motivate them strongly, often in a direction different from that of reason. Now, what do we mean by this? Humans are not only motivated by reason and intelligence. That means our behavior, human behavior, is controlled by our intelligence. Like, take for example, if I'm hungry, okay, because I'm intelligent, when I'm hungry, I go to the kitchen, open the refrigerator, take out some food, and start eating. Now, this behavior, going to the refrigerator, taking food, eating, this is because of my intelligence. I know I'm hungry, so because of that, I go to the refrigerator and start eating. Okay, this is because of my intelligence. My behavior is because of my intelligence. Okay, so our behavior is mostly controlled by our intelligence. If I feel cold, I start wearing sweaters. If I feel hot, I will take off my sweaters. So taking off my sweaters or putting on my sweaters uh, is because I'm feeling cold, and my intelligence tells me that I'm feeling cold. So because of that, I start wearing sweater, or I take off my sweater when it is hot. Okay, so my behavior, we can say, our behavior is controlled by our own intelligence. Okay, so human beings, our behavior is mostly controlled by our intelligence. Okay, but sometimes it is not only intelligence that controls our behavior, sometimes even our emotion is also controlling us. Like, take for example, supposing I'm angry, okay, and I'm very, very angry, extremely angry. Now, in that case, although my intelligence tells me not to commit murder, there are people, although they know that they should not commit murder, if they commit murder, they will be sent to jail. They know that. But because they are so angry, they cannot think clearly. Okay. And sometimes they even kill people. They even commit murder because of their extreme anger. So their behavior is also controlled by their emotion. Not only their intelligence, but sometimes behavior is also controlled by our emotion. Okay. So sometimes emotion also control our behavior. Now, emotions are psychological feelings Like take for example, anger. We know anger is an emotion. Fear is also an emotion. Then shame is also an emotion. Distrust is also an emotion. Joy is also an emotion. Happiness is also an emotion. Jealousy is also an emotion. Love, I don't know whether you have fallen in love. Love is also an emotion. Disappointment, all these are emotion. Okay, so emotion are psychological feelings. So all these things are emotion, and these emotion should be effectively managed by each and every one of us. Now, for a long time, it has been believed that success at the workplace depends on one's level of intelligence, IQ, as reflected in academic achievement, examination pass, marks obtained, etc. In other words, doing well in your studies. Okay. Now, it means that for a long time, people have been believing, even now we still believe, okay, that if you want to be successful or if you are successful, you have to have high intelligence. Now, high intelligence means those persons who have good academic achievement, those persons who pass their examination with flying colors, those persons who obtain high marks, okay, those persons who do well in their studies, they are intelligent. Okay, and we thought that all these intelligent people will be successful in their workplace, in their life. That is what we used to think. Okay, now, doing well in college, holding an engineering degree, obtaining high scores in IQ tests, they are all examples of intelligence. Okay, but how far, how bright one is outside the classroom. Inside the classroom, you may be very intelligent. You may have good memory. You may be able to write very well in your test and examination inside the classroom. Okay, but how bright one is outside the classroom, not inside the classroom, but once you leave the classroom, when you face with life's difficult moment. Okay, at this time, we need another kind of resourcefulness. We need another kind of intelligence, which is known as emotional intelligence. In the classroom, when you're faced with some examination, that at that time intelligence is important. But once you are outside the classroom, when you have when you are faced with life's difficult moment, at that time you need another type of intelligence. Okay, not that memory, not the good memory, but something, you need some other type of intelligence, which is known as emotional intelligence. Okay, we will be talking about emotional intelligence later. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence refers to the capacity of recognizing our own feelings and those of others, for motivating ourselves and for managing emotions well in others, in ourselves and in our relationship. Now, this definition is given by Daniel Goleman. What is emotional intelligence? It is actually the capacity of understanding our own feelings. Not only that, understanding someone else's feeling also. Okay, and to manage my emotion, my feeling, as well as to manage other people's feeling, so that we can have a good relationship. Okay, so this is actually what we mean by emotional intelligence. Okay, now psychologists have grouped intelligence into three clusters. There are three types of intelligence according to psychologists. They are abstract intelligence, concrete intelligence, and social intelligence. So what do we mean by abstract intelligence? Abstract means those things that we cannot see and touch. Okay, like take for example honesty. Can we touch honesty? Can we see honesty? No. Okay, another example can be uh, what can it be? Uh, like take for example democracy. Okay, we cannot see democracy, we cannot touch democracy, but we understand what it is. We know what democracy is. although we cannot see and touch them. Okay, so that is abstract. Democracy is a word which is abstract. Okay, so there are some people who can what to say, understand the abstract things. They can solve problem at the abstract level, although they cannot see the problem itself, but at the same time they cannot they can solve the problem at the abstract level, although they cannot see it, they cannot touch it, but many things, there are so many things which we can solve at the abstract level. Okay, like take for example 4 plus 4. Okay, 4 plus 4, I'm saying 4 plus 4. I did not see any writing of 4, nor can I touch it also, but I know 4 plus 4 is 8. I can solve that problem at the abstract level. Okay, so there are people who have abstract intelligence, those people who can solve a problem without seeing and without touching. Those people have abstract intelligence. Okay, many of us will also have abstract intelligence. Now, the second type is concrete intelligence. Concrete intelligence means those things that we can touch and we can see. Okay, I can see my pen, I can touch my pen. Okay, I can write with my pen. So that is concrete because I can see and touch it. So when we say concrete intelligence, like take for example drivers. Okay, drivers, many of our car drivers, bus drivers, they do not have high education. Some of them, they did not even pass their matriculation. Some of them may be only class 3 or something like that. Okay, so these drivers, they don't have any engineering degree, but if there is something wrong with their vehicle, okay, they will get down, they will open the machine, okay, and then they will see, oh, this is what is wrong, or this is where it is wrong. So they will fix it by themselves. Okay, so they will see, they will touch, they will understand, and they will solve it. These people have concrete intelligence. Okay, and the third type is social intelligence. When we say social intelligence, it means that these people have a very good, they can form a very good personal relationship. Like take for example the politicians. Okay, politicians, they know how to deal with people. They know how to make relationship. So they have social intelligence. Okay, and emotional intelligence has its root in the concept of social intelligence. Actually, this is first coined by E.L. Thorndike. Okay. Now, thus traditional IQ differ from emotional intelligence. What is the difference between IQ and emotional intelligence? Okay. Now, according to Goldman, he says that IQ accounts for only 20% of a person's success in life. The rest can be attributed to emotional intelligence. That means when we are successful, this is what he said, when we are successful, the reason why we are successful is only 20% because of our intelligence. The rest, 80%, is because of our emotional intelligence. That is what he said. Goldman. Okay, he says, whenever we are successful, whenever we are successful in doing something in life, or take for example, then 20% is because of our IQ, the rest 80% is because of emotional intelligence. So in order to be successful, it seems that emotional intelligence is very, very important. Okay, now a high IQ is all about how quickly you can do puzzles. If you do puzzles, you know how to do puzzles. Okay, some people, they do very quickly. These people, they are very intelligent. How much word you know? Those intelligent persons, they know a lot of word. Okay, that is IQ. But emotional intelligence is all about the feelings, not about how you do puzzles or how many words you know, but emotional intelligence is about feeling and understanding the feeling of other people. For example, high IQ might get a person high grade. If you have high IQ, you will get good marks, okay? But it will be your emotional intelligence. EQ means emotional intelligence, okay? It will be your emotional intelligence which determines how happy you are or how well you will get along with others in your work and in your life. Okay, so that is why emotional intelligence is very, very important. Now, it would be absurd to say that IQ is irrelevant for success in science. If you take up science, you need IQ, you need a high IQ. Of course, I'm not saying that high IQ is not important. It would be very absurd if I say IQ is not important. It is important. Okay, it is important, especially if you take up science. One needs a high IQ for success in science, or to get admitted to a prestigious school or prestigious colleges, or even we need high IQ to get a good job. Unless you have high IQ, you will not be able to get a good job. Okay, most of you are teachers in colleges and university. I believe many of you or all job in colleges and university. So high IQ is still very, very important. But once you get admitted or once you get a job in university or in colleges, once you get a job, what is more important? Okay, what matters more has less to do with IQ difference, but more with difference in EQ. Once you get a job, okay, you don't need to appear for your exam anymore. You don't have to struggle to get good marks for your exam, because now you have finished all your studies. Now you're getting a job, you are in your job. Okay, you don't need to learn by heart all those things anymore. Okay, so you're getting a job. So once you get a job, you're it here what they are saying is that once you get a job, EQ, that is emotional intelligence, is more important than your IQ. Okay, IQ is still important, but uh, to be successful, emotional intelligence is more important. That is what is meant by this particular sentence. Okay, in other words, to be a scientist, to get a job or a doctorate degree, you probably need an IQ of 120. But it is more important to be able to persist in the face of difficulty and get along well with colleagues than to have an extra 10 or 15 points. Now, what do you mean by this? This is very important. Okay, if you want to get a job or if you want to be a scientist, of course, if you want to get a doctorate degree, you need a high IQ, maybe IQ of 120 or more than that. The average IQ is 100. You need to have more than 100 IQ. Okay, so IQ is important, but once you get a job, okay, what is more important? Now, once you get a job, what is more important is that you need to have a good relationship with your colleague. Because once you're in a job, you don't need to study, and study means you don't need to study for your exam anymore. Okay, you don't need to learn by heart all these things anymore. What is more important is you need to have a good relationship with your colleague. This is more important than to have a high IQ. Okay, that is what is meant by this particular word. Because there are some people, there are some teachers. Once they get a job, okay, once they get a job, they don't know how to make relationship with their colleague. Not only with their colleague, they don't know how to make a good relationship with their principal, with the boss of the institution, with the clerk. There are clerk, there are peon. Okay, there are students. So we need to make this relationship not only with our colleague, but with our with whom we work with, our students, our boss, the clerks, all these people. We need to have a good relationship. So there are some teachers who are very intelligent. They get a job, but once they get a job, they do not know how to make good relationship with those whom they work with. Okay, so as a teacher, this is very, very important. You need to have a good relationship with your colleagues, with whom you work with. Okay, if you don't know how to do that, it will be difficult for you to get a promotion also. Okay, because if you do not please your boss, if you do not please the clerk or those people who are around you, okay, then it will be very difficult to get promotion. Okay, so that is why I'm saying that once you get a job, IQ is still important, but what is more important is that you need to develop a good relationship with whom you are working with not only whom you're working with your colleague, but with your boss, with the students, with the clerk, with everyone. Okay, so this is very, very important. Now, here we have personal components of emotional intelligence. Now, I will be explaining you about this, but let me just tell you, under this personal components of emotional intelligence, we have three components. Okay, uh, we have three components. For those who can write down, you can write down the three components, because these three are very important personal components of emotional intelligence. Number one is awareness of our own emotion. Number two is managing one's own emotion. And number three is self motivation, controlling impulses. These three are very, very important under personal components of emotional intelligence. Okay, so let me just go on here. We have also interpersonal components of emotional intelligence. Here also we have three important components. One is empathy. Okay, that means recognizing emotions in others. Another one is handling relationship, and another one is optimism. So I will be going back. Okay, I will be going back because I want to explain these things very, very. These three very important things in a little bit detail. Okay, so personal components of emotional intelligence. What is the first uh, component? That is awareness of our own emotion. Okay, awareness of our own emotion. That means recognizing and acknowledging feelings as they happen. You know, you might be surprised. There are some people who do not know their own emotion, do not recognize their own emotion. They are angry, but they do not know that they are angry. Can this really happen? It really happens. Okay. They are very angry, but they do not know that they are angry. That means they are not aware of their own emotion. Like, take, for example, one person is saying, I'm not angry. Who says I'm angry? I'm not angry at all. Okay. Now, he didn't know that he is angry, but all of us, we know that he's angry from his facial expression, from his tone of voice. We all know that he is angry, but he doesn't know that he is angry. Okay, so he is not aware of his own emotion. Okay, so it is very important that each and every one of us should be aware of our own emotion. Okay, and awareness of emotion does not mean that we should be self-absorbed with our emotion. Some people may say, oh, I'm so depressed, my emotion, I'm so depressed. No, if people say I'm depressed like that, no, they are self-absorbed with their emotion. That is not the way. Okay, we should be sensitive to our feelings and emotion. When we say awareness of our emotion, it means we should be sensitive to our feelings and emotion. Okay, we should not be, it does not mean self-absorption. Okay, so this is very important. So if you know your own emotion, if you recognize your own emotion, if you understand your own emotion, it means you have a good emotional intelligence. Okay, so you can test yourself. Do you think you are aware of your emotion? Are there times when you are not aware of your emotions? Okay, so if you are aware of your own emotion, it means you have a high emotional intelligence. The second one is managing one's own emotion. Okay, now how do we manage our own emotion? It is easy to get angry. All of us may get angry. Okay, but this anger, uh, we should not suppress our anger, and we should also not let our anger run out of control. Okay, there are some people who keep on suppressing their emotion. They say, I will not angry, I will not get angry, let me try to control my anger, I will not show my anger. Some people, they may try to suppress their anger, although inside they're angry, but they try to suppress their anger. Okay, now one thing that we should note is that suppressing emotion is not very good. Sometimes we should let out our emotion, but not to a great degree. Right? Take, for example, for each and every one of us, we have emotion. Sometimes we get angry, sometimes we are happy, sometimes we also get jealous. Now, these are quite normal for each and every one of us. Getting a little bit angry, getting a little bit jealous, getting feeling happy. Now, all these are quite normal. Okay, they are quite normal. We should not suppress that type of normal emotion. Okay, our normal emotion is quite okay, but we should not let our emotion, whatever emotion it is, we should not let them run out of control. When we are angry, some people, they just let their emotion run out of control. They will shout at people, they will box, and then they will start fighting. They do not control their emotion. It should not be that. Okay, even if they are jealous, also they show their jealousy. Some people, they will start taking drugs because their girlfriends spoke to someone else, or their boyfriend talked to some other girls. They will start taking drugs, they will start taking liquor. Okay, no, that is not how you manage your emotion. Okay, so we should not let our emotion run out of control. We should have, it is normal to have a certain amount of emotion. Okay, we should not suppress them. At the same time, we should not let them run out of control. So the best way to do is we should express them. How do we manage our emotion? We should express them in an appropriate manner. Okay. Now, I have already told you that love is also an emotion. I'm sure all of you must have fallen in love with someone, with some girl or with some boy, at least once in your lifetime. So love is an emotion. You have fallen in love with someone else. Okay. So when you are in love, uh, you may miss him or her very much. Okay, and you may get jealous also. Okay, but these things, don't get jealousy, or these things disturb your life. If you feel you're in love, so if you feel that you need to show your love, that you can start photography, or you can start writing a poem, a love poem, or you can start composing a love song. Okay, so these love song, writing love poem, love story, they are acceptable by the society. The society accepts all these things. Okay, so we should try to manage our emotion by doing these things, so that the society, the people around us will also accept. Okay, so that is how you control your emotions. So don't let anger, boredom, or depression ruin your day. You can do something to cheer yourself up. Okay, sometimes if it is too troublesome, if your emotion, if your negative emotion becomes too troublesome, then you can schedule some distracting activities, maybe going out with friends, going for a movies, or work on a pleasant project. All these things you can do. Okay, so if you are able to manage your own emotion that way, it means you have a high emotional intelligence. Okay, and the next one, self-motivation. Now, what do we mean by self-motivation? That means how strong you are in controlling your emotion. Okay, strength of emotional control that enables a person to pursue worthy goals. Like, take for example, tomorrow you have your exam. Okay, tomorrow you have your exam, and you're supposing you're staying in a hostel with all your friends, and tomorrow you have your exam. Now, your friends are suggesting that they should go out. Let us go out. They say, tonight, let's go out for a movie. Let's go out for some party, they may say. You wanted to join them for the party. You wanted to join them for the movie. but you know that you're going to have exam tomorrow. So you said, no, I will not come out with you tonight because I need to study. Okay, I need to study. I have to study. I will not go out with you. Go and enjoy yourself, but I will not come. Okay, strength to persist at task, even when you are frustrated. You may be quite frustrated because you wanted to go out with them, but the strength, you have to control that impulse of going out with them, of wanting to go out with them. Okay, what is the in other words, we can say that this is self motivation. Okay, so strength to resist temptation to act on impulses. This is what we mean by controlling impulses, self motivation. Okay, so whether you are trying to build a business, whether even if you want to get a college degree or a PhD degree, or even if you wanted to stay on a diet, okay, you need to have the strength to postpone immediate gratification and persist in working towards some future gain. Okay, so this is very, very important. So if you are able to control your impulses, if you have self-motivation to persist, even though you may be frustrated, if you have that self-motivation to keep on persisting on what you are planning to do, it means you have a high emotional intelligence. Okay, then this is the personal components. Another one is interpersonal components of emotional intelligence. Again, as I've told you, there are three components here and the interpersonal components of emotional intelligence. Okay, now the first one is empathy. Now, what do we mean by empathy? Empathy means recognizing emotions in others. Okay, uh, ability to understand the motive and emotions of others, sensitive towards the need and feelings of others. Actually, this one springs from self-awareness. How can you understand other people's emotion if you do not understand your own emotion? Okay, so first of all, we need to understand our own emotion. Only then we will be able to understand other people's emotion. Now, another key indicator of empathy is ability to read and interpret non-verbal behavior. Do you know what is non-verbal behavior? Non-verbal behavior are those behavior which we can see, but it is not spoken out. Like, take for example, gestures, tone of voice, okay, facial expression. These are all non-verbal behavior. Your heartbeat. When you're angry, your heart started beating fast. Okay. Then when you clench your fist, okay, clenching fist, person when he start clenching his fist, it shows that he's very angry. Okay. Red, you get red when you're angry. When you're angry, people, the face becomes red. All these are non-verbal behavior. Okay. Our face becomes white when we are afraid. Okay. Our eyes becomes dull when we are sad. Okay, all these are non-verbal behavior, nodding of head, smiling, holding hands. Okay, when people hold hands, it means that they do not hate each other. Okay, those people who hate each other, they will not hold their hands. Okay, so all these are non-verbal behavior. Actually, non-verbal behavior is the language of the emotion because feelings are genuinely expressed by this non-verbal behavior. Okay, so empathy means, as I've told you, empathy means understanding the feelings and emotion of other people. So just through this non-verbal behavior, we can understand their emotion. Okay, we can understand people's emotion. So if you can understand someone's emotion just by observing their behavior, just by observing their non-verbal behavior, if you can understand their emotion, if you can tell that they are happy, they are sad, they are in love, no, all these things, it means you have high intelligence, high emotional intelligence. Okay, so empathy is one very important components of emotional intelligence. Then the second one is handling relationship. Now, what do we mean by handling relationship? Okay, now we should maintain good relationship with our families, with our friends, with our loved one, with our colleagues also. Okay, so actually individual differences. Some of us do not know. They find it very difficult to form good relationship, to build good relationship. They don't know how to make friends. They are very much unskillful in forming satisfying relationship with others. But some people, they are so good in maintaining relationship, in forming relationship. They are the masters. Okay, so here handling relationship. This is very very important. Okay, now sometimes you find that maybe I don't know whether you have experience. Sometimes we find that we talk to someone whom we have never met before in our life. Okay. Now, when we strike a conversation, we start talking, we talk. And then, although after talking for about 15, 20 or half an hour, we feel that we feel that we have known them, we have known him or her for a long time. Although I have met him for just a few hours, maybe 1 hour before. But we start talking and then we start laughing and then we start talking and like that. I feel that that person has been in my life for a long, long time. Okay. Although I have met him for only about 1 hour. Sometimes we have that type of experience. I don't know whether you also have that type of experience. Okay. Now, these people actually, uh, they know how to make us feel at ease. Okay, they know how to make us feel at ease. We wanted to talk to them, we wanted to be with them, we wanted to keep on to be with them. Okay, so these people actually, they know how to handle relationship, and they know how to inspire us, they know how to put us at ease, they know how to make us to feel at ease. Okay, so uh, these people, they have high emotional intelligence. Okay, so handling relationship does not mean handling in an autocratic way. When you say let me handle the relationship between you and me, you stay there, I will stay here, you stay here, I will do this. No, that is not how to handle relationship. Okay, handling relationship is uh, we will talk and then we will have the capacity to make others feel at ease. When they are with us, they feel so much at ease, and when they are with me, I will also feel very much at ease. Okay, so these people who are able to do that, uh, they have high emotional intelligence. So for you also, are you able to do that? Do you make people comfortable? When you talk to others, do other people feel comfortable? If you have that ability, it means you have a high emotional intelligence. And another one, the last one is optimism. Okay, now, optimistic people actually expect things to turn out all right. Okay. And the way the optimist and the pessimist explain their success and failure. Like, take, for example, when an optimist fails, okay, he's an optimistic person, and supposing he fails in the exam or something like that. Okay. When an optimist fails, usually they will they will attribute their failure to some situation which they can change. Like if, for example, they may say, oh, this time I fail, but the reason I fail is because of this, and if I remove this one, or if I do next time, if I do it this way, then I will be able to succeed the next time. That is how the optimistic people will see success and failure. But the pessimist will say, I failed is because of me. And I cannot change myself. How can I change myself? Even if I try again, I will not be able to succeed. The pessimistic people will say, okay. So it is very important that in order to Oh, hello.
Madam.
Oh,
Yeah. So
maybe my this thing
yeah,
internet connection is very slow. Okay,
yeah.
that may be the reason.
So, Madam,
Mm.
I think you finished the things. Now, one participant, he asked one question. How
Okay.
do we maturely deal with colleagues who fail to interpersonal relation and have behavioral issue?
How can you repeat the question?
Madam, in the bottom, there is a Q&A box. You will click, then you can find
Oh, in
out
the bottom.
Q&A box.
Uh, let's see. Uh, no. Actually.
Yeah. Are you able to get, madam? Question.
No. Where is it?
And
I
bottom
cannot
one
see it.
Q&A box, you click, one message box is there. Q&A, just beside participant. Okay,
sir.
I am waiting, madam. I am waiting. How do we maturely deal with colleagues who fail to interpersonal relations and have behavioral issue?
Okay. Okay, colleagues. No, actually, I have already just now. I have already told you about the different components of emotional intelligence. Okay, the different components of emotional intelligence, and there I have already explained to you about the different what to say, the different uh, uh, ways in which uh, a person can understand the non-verbal behavior. Okay, non-verbal behavior, because your colleagues also, from your colleagues who is not having high emotional intelligence, usually from their non-verbal behavior you will be able to find out what type of person he is. Okay, so that way that person you can help him to have to talk and to come up and have good relationship with his colleagues. That is how you can do it. Okay, there are so many ways in which we can help a person develop good emotional intelligence. So that person also, your colleague, if he doesn't develop that emotional intelligence, and you can help him by that way. Okay, which I have already pointed out. Now, I think now I can read in chat or in question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, madam,
It,
one another question, Dr. He's asking, no, what is the basic difference between empathic and sympathetic?
Oh, okay. Sympathy. Sympathy means to feel sorry for the person. Okay. Sympathy means to feel sorry, but empathy means to understand his feeling, to understand the emotion of that person. Okay. So that is the difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy, we feel sorry, but empathy means we understand. We understand his feelings. Okay. That is another thing.
Yeah.
Any other?
One. Yeah, madam. Our Indian society set very strict norms and standard for the behaviors of women. They are expected to adjust rather than express their emotions. Do we still need to express our emotions based on society norms?
They are expected to adjust rather than express their emotion. Indian women. Actually, I don't. This is the expectation. Who expect the society? The society expects the woman to make adjustment rather than express their emotion. Is it like that? Do we still need to express our emotion based on societal norms? Yeah, I think this we need to express our emotion according to the norms of the society. That is how you express your emotion, because I have told you, told you means I have already uh, explained in my lecture that to express our emotion in a socially desirable way, even if they are women also, okay, even if they are women, they still can express their emotion in a socially desirable way. So that is how even Indian women, it doesn't mean that they just have to make a judgment. They also need to express themselves, but let them express it in a socially desirable way. Not only women, men also needs to express their emotion in a socially desirable way. Okay.
So, madam, one another participant, Hemant, he is asking, no, what is the basic difference between emotional intelligence and emotional quotient, ma'am?
No, emotional quotient, yeah. IQ, yeah. That is IQ, okay. IQ and EQ. The difference between IQ and EQ. IQ, as I've told you, is the intelligence, okay. Intelligence, when you are able to learn so many things by heart, when you do very well in your exam, when you are able to do puzzles, okay, all this shows that you are intelligent, okay. But emotional intelligence deals with the emotion, not with the brain, but it deals with the emotion. Intelligence deals with the brain, but emotional intelligence deals with the emotion. So that is the basic difference between EQ and IQ, okay. IQ means EQ means emotional intelligence. IQ means intelligent quotient. Okay.
Then, madam, one Elijah, she is asking, what extent does the society affect our emotional intelligence?
Actually, society, to what extent when we say society affect our emotional intelligence? Yeah, because we are living in each and everyone is living in a society. We cannot live alone. Okay. So the society, it has its effect in our emotional intelligence, also in our life itself. It has a lot of influence in our life, and it also may have influence in our emotional intelligence. But emotional intelligence is, as I've told you, it is about feelings. Okay. It is about feelings, how we control our feelings. So society also has a role to play. But when we say society, society means all the other people. Okay. Society, all of us are included in society. So all of us need to learn how to make friends, how to have good relationship with other people, whether they are our boss, whether they are our colleagues, whether they are our students or someone, anyone. Okay. So we need to learn, each and every one of us, we need to learn how to deal with all those different people, different society. So society can also have an effect in our emotional intelligence. At the same time, if each and every one of us try to have a good emotional intelligence, we can have a very, very good and cordial society.
Yeah, madam. So, yeah, I think now we completed, madam, the question answer. If participant, you have any things you can put first so that we can take up it.
Professor Manoj, one
Yes.
thing I would like to ask you. This my time, is it from 1:30 to 2:30, or is it 1:30 to 3?
3, madam, actually 3, 90
3.
minutes. But okay,
Yeah,
no
if it
problem.
is, see, no, what I'm saying, if it is 3, I have one test. Okay, one
Okay.
test.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one test which will try to find out the emotional intelligence of the participants.
Okay,
If
okay,
the
madam.
participant won, we can have the test. Okay, we can have the test. They will answer. But what they can do is that let them be ready with a pencil and a notebook.
Yeah.
Okay,
See,
so that I will give you the question. I will give them the question, and then they will answer. It's just tick.
so,
They will just
dear,
tick. I mean, they will just write.
yeah,
Okay.
dear
Uh,
participant, be ready for the test, madam, and to check your emotional intelligence level. So be ready with copy and pen. Madam will giving some questions you have to answer, and finally you can find out your score. So we can start, and madam, the chat box we can use for this purpose.
First, let me share my screen again, okay?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, we have time, madam. It is good exercise.
yeah. So let's
Also.
see. I don't know if it is still working.
Yeah, it is working, madam. Your PPT is visible.
Okay, this one I'll skip because after this we have measuring your emotional intelligence at work. Okay, this one. So I hope everyone will be able to, if you are ready with your pen and notebook, this is how we are going to do it. Okay, now here it is written very high, very slight ability is 1. Okay, and slight ability is 2, moderate ability is 3, considerate ability is 4, and great ability is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 options. Okay, so this is the question. The first question is, associate different internal physiological cues with different emotion. It means that are you able to associate the different internal physiological cues with different emotion? That means if a person is angry, you find that his face is all red. Okay, if a person is afraid, okay, his face will be white. Okay, so there will be change in his face. There will be change in his behavior, in his action. So if there is a change in his action, when you see the change in his action, can you say that he is angry, he is jealous, he is afraid? Are you able to do that? Okay, so if you have great ability, you just write in number one, this is question number 1. Beside number 1, you can just write 5 if you have great ability. If you have slight ability, you just write 2. If you have considerate ability, you write 4, like that. Okay, so you do that. This is number 1. Number 1, do you have that ability to say that this person is angry, this person is sad, just by looking at his face? Okay, just by looking at his face means just by looking at his behavior, at his nonverbal behavior, can you say that he is angry, he is sad, like that? Okay, so this is number 1. Okay, if you have finished, I'm going to move to number 2. Number 2 is relax when under pressure in situation. That means if you have the ability to relax, even when you are under pressure, okay, you have so many things to do. If you have many things to do, if you are under pressure, but still then, if you are able to relax, okay, then if you have great ability to relax, you write 5. If you have moderate ability, you write 3. If you have slight ability, you write 1, like that. You have 5 options. Okay, amongst these 5 options, you can write. So number 2, beside number 2, you can write any one of this number. Okay, this is the second one. And the third one is gear up at will for a work. Now, for a task, that means you feel very lazy, but there are some work to do. Okay, then you said, if someone says, please do this, okay, get up and do this, then in order to do that task, in order to do that work, can you motivate yourself so that you can do the work happily? Okay, so if you have that ability, great ability 5, slight ability 2, like that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have option. Number 3, you can write your option. Now number 4, know the impact that your behavior will have on others. Do you know the impact that your behavior will have on others? If you have the ability to know the impact, great ability to know the impact, 5, like that. Okay, so number 4 also you do. Then number 5, we'll move on. Initiate successful resolution of conflict with others. Are you able to initiate successful resolution of conflict with others? If you have a great ability, 5. If you have slight ability, very slight, like that, 1, 2, 5, we have the option. Okay, then number 6, calm yourself quickly when angry. You're very angry, but can you calm yourself quickly when you're very angry? If you have that ability, great ability 5, very slight ability 1, like that. Okay, 5 option. Again, I'm going a little bit faster now. Number 7, know when you are becoming angry. Do you know when you are going to become angry? If you have the ability to know, 5, very great ability 5, like that. Okay, this is number 7. Then number 8, regroup quickly after a setback. Stay motivated. That means you get angry, okay, and then but after some time, you come back to your normal self. Even when you're angry, can you come back to your normal self quickly and become motivated? If you have that ability, again you have that five option. Okay. Then number 9, recognize when others are distressed. Do you have the ability to recognize when others are distressed? If you have great ability, if you have very slight ability, 1 to 5, you have that option. Okay. Then number 10, build consensus with others. Do you have the ability to build consensus with others? You have your 5 options. I'm going a little bit faster now. 11, know what senses you are currently using. At present, what senses are you using? Are you angry at present? Are you calm? Do you know what senses you are using? If you are able to say that, again, you have 5 options. Then number 12, use the internal talk to change your emotional state. You're angry, take for example, okay, but inside, in your heart, in your mind, can you talk to yourself? Oh, you should not get angry now. Please calm down, calm down. Can you talk to yourself internally like that to change your emotion? Okay, if you have that ability, again you have 5 options. Then number 13, do you have the ability to stay motivated when doing uninteresting work? Okay, do you have the ability to stay motivated when doing uninteresting work? You have 5 options. I will not explain anymore. Do you have the ability to help others manage their emotion? You have 5 options. Help others manage their emotion. You have 5 options. Okay. Then number 15, do you have the ability to make others feel proud? Again, you have 5 options. Then number 16, can you identify when you experience mood shift? Mood shift means you get angry, then the next moment you get happy, then the next moment you get angry. This mood shift, can you identify in yourself? Okay. Then number 17, stay calm when you are the target of anger from others. Are you able to stay calm when you are the target of anger from others? We have 5 options. Then number 18, stop or change an ineffective habit. Are you able to change an ineffective habit? If you have that ability, again, you have those 5 options. Then number 19, show empathy towards others. Can you show empathy towards others? Again, you have your 5 options. Then number 20, provide advice and emotional support to others as needed. Okay, provide advice and emotional support to others as needed. You have your 5 options. Then number 21, know when you become defensive. Are you able to know when you become defensive? Again, you have 5 options. Then 22, know when you are thinking negatively and head it off. Number 22, know when you are thinking negatively and head it off. Then number 23, follow your words and action. Are you able to follow your words and action? Okay. Then number 24, engage in intimate conversation with others. Are you able to engage intimate conversation with others? You have your option. Then this may be the last one. Accurately reflect people's feelings back at them. Are you able to accurately reflect people's feelings back at them? Again, you have these 5 options. Okay, so this is the last one, I think. So how should you do it? Okay, you add up all your score. Sometimes you will write 5, sometimes 4, sometimes 1, like that. So please add up all your score. Okay, now you can add up the score, all the 25 score that you have written. You add up all the score, and if you score above 100, okay, if you score above 100, it means you have a high emotional intelligence. Okay, and if you score between 50 and 100, it means you have a good platform of emotional intelligence from which to develop your managerial capacity. That is 50 to 100, you can still develop your emotional intelligence. Okay, but if you score below 50, okay, I don't know how many of you score below 50. If you score below 50, it means you are probably below average in your EQ. We have to work a lot if you score below 50. But even if you score below 50 also, you can still develop your emotional intelligence. Okay, that is one thing. So that you can all find out your own emotional intelligence. Okay, then next year, this one I want you to copy. Just copy it in your notebook. Okay, just copy in your notebook. Self-awareness. Self-awareness. Some here some of question. 1, 6, 11, 16, 21. Your score. Okay. Managerial emotion 2, 7, 12, 17, 22. It means that in the test which I have given you, okay, question number 1, question number 6, question number 11, question number 16, and question number 21 deals with self-awareness. Okay. Similarly, question number 2, 7, 12, 17, 22 deals with managing emotion. Question number 3, 8, 13, 18, 23 deals with motivating yourself. Question number 4, 9, 14, 19, and 24 deals with empathy. And question number 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 deals with social intelligence. So if you add up the first one, self-awareness, if you add up only question number 1, your score in question number 1, 6, 11, 16, and 21, how much did you get? You write your score here. Okay. That means you add up only the score of question number 1, 6, 11, 16, 21, because this deals with self-awareness. Similarly, you write the score of question number 2, 7, 12, 17, and 22. And you write your score. Just add up the score of these 5 questions. And this one deals with emotion, managing emotion. Similarly, you can do with motivating yourself, empathy, and social skill. Okay, so I'm giving you this subscale because sometimes you may be very much you may have a good self-awareness, but you may be very low in motivating yourself. Okay, so if you have a low score in motivating yourself, you can work on motivating yourself. If you have a good score in empathy, but a very low score in social skill, you can work to improve your social skill like that. Okay, so from here also, you can find out where you are weak, in which area you are weak, and in which area you are good at. Okay, so that is how you will be able to work on your weakness. Okay, so here in that subscale, score above 20 in each subscale is considered high, while a score below 10 is low. In the subscale, if you get above 20, that means you are very good. But if you get below 10, it is very, very low. Okay, so if you have a score below 10, you will have to work on that subscale, I mean on that area. Okay, so that is how you will do it. Okay, so with this, I have finished with this test also. I don't know whether there are any questions.
No question there, ma'am, but some of the participants have given their scores. Anushree Kundu has given 96, Vijaya Lakshmi 84, Shreya 85, and Sanasam 93.
Okay.
So all are having good scores, near 100.
Yeah, they're having good scores, yeah. And in the subscale also, no. Sometimes you may have low score in some area, you may have good score in some area. If you have low score, then they can start working on their weakness like that. Okay, so that is how. That is why I want to give you this test on emotional intelligence, so that you can improve. I did not explain it earlier, but emotional intelligence can be improved. Okay, we cannot improve our intelligence because IQ is fixed. Okay, if you are mentally retarded when you are small, when you grow up, you still become mentally retarded. Okay, if you are a genius when you are small, when you grow up, you'll still be a genius. You cannot change from mentally retarded to become a genius. You cannot change your IQ. Okay, IQ cannot be changed. You may be able to change by some 2-3 points only, but you cannot just totally change your IQ. So IQ cannot be changed, but you can change your emotional intelligence. If you have a low score in emotional intelligence, you can change it. You can develop it. Okay, that is why it is important. The difference between EQ and IQ. IQ cannot be changed that much. EQ can be improved. That is what I want to tell you. Okay, so now you can work on it.
Yes. That's a good homework given to us to respond on these and then calculate our score. Tanushree Kundu have already given all 5 scores separately. Self-awareness 21, managing emotion 15, motivating yourself 19, empathy 21, social skill 20. So all good scores.
Yeah. So they are 21 is good. One is saying need to work on managing my emotion. Yeah, some people they need to work on that. No, if they know their score, they need to work on that. They need to improve on certain areas. So that is how you can improve your emotional intelligence.
Okay, so this is a good homework for all the participants. So thank you, ma'am, for your very nice and meaningful and very resourceful information on this.
Thank you.
If you have any question, you have already answered all the questions earlier before this questionnaire part. So on behalf of the HRDC, MzU, and behalf of Professor Manoj, who is coordinator, I am co-coordinator of this course. And on behalf of all the participants, I would like to say thanks to you for sharing with us very informative thing. Which actually this session is over, but our work is not yet over. We have to see it again, calculate the score, and again brush up and start.
Yeah, they can move on. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then thank you so much, participants and Professor Barthendu also. I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Even Professor Manoj Kumar also, I'd like to thank both of you and the HRDC and all those working under